So, have we met before? Well, if we haven't, my name is Esther and I would so appreciate it if you'd subscribe to my channel and drop a like on this video. Thanks. Just so I know that you're supporting me, because, small creators need some love too. Now, back to the video. The Met Gala is an annual fundraising gala for the benefit of the Metropolitan Museum of Art's Costume Institute in New York City. Each year's event celebrates the theme of that year's Costume Institute exhibition, and the exhibition sets the tone for the formal dresses of the night, since guests are expected to choose their fashion to match the theme of the exhibit. Or had they? Well, today we'll dive into the most talked about outfits of the gala, as well as guests who actually dressed according to the theme. And I'll be analyzing and telling you everything you need to know about the backstory of these dresses. And I am also going to be rating them on a scale of a 1 to 5 horses, because yes, that dress happened. And we'll see whether the guests nailed the theme or not. Now, of course, I cannot show each guest because there were like 182. And, I don't want this video to be 10 hours long because that benefits no one. So I'll be just choosing some that I really liked, some that actually dressed according to theme, and some that were kind of controversial. Okay? We'll go on that route. But now, a little history sesh, because we love to educate ourselves, right? So the Met Gala was established in 1948 by fashion publicist Eleanor Lambert. Yes, that Eleanor Lambert, the founder of New York Fashion Week. Yep. The Met Gala became a fundraiser for the newly founded Costume Institute. The first gala was a dinner event, and the tickets cost $50 each, which is equivalent to $567 today. When Diana Vreeland became consultant to the Costume Institute in 1972, the Met Gala became more of a glamorous affair. The event started to become more celebrity-oriented, which meant that celebrities like Cher, Andy Warhol, Elizabeth Taylor, Diana Ross, and Elton John were invited to the event with New York's elite. So they were able to mingle with all the elite and make this a little bit more of a social celebrity event. And in 1995, Anna Wintour assumed chairmanship over the Institute. Now, the Met Gala has its fair shares of controversies, and in some way it became notorious for its over-the-top controversial fashion. Each year, the event has a theme and includes a cocktail hour and a formal dinner. Its first theme was the world of Balenciaga. Other themes were costumes of royal India, goddess, the classical mode, punk, chaos to couture, China for the looking glass, and its latest theme, America, a lexicon of fashion. But that said, let's take a look at the fashion that was brought upon this year's event, starting with the co-chairs of this evening. So we have Timothée Chalamet. He wore a melange of his favorite designers, a satin Haider Ackermann tuxedo jacket, a clingy Rick Owens turtleneck, and some clean white Chuck Taylors. The mix is somewhat uncharacteristic of the event, given that celebrities usually tend to wear only one designer brand. However, this is also a reference to New Yorker fashion and true to Timothy's affinity to designer streetwear. I'm guessing this is an homage to honor designers that appreciate and are part of American culture. On a scale of 1 to 5 horses, I'd give this a 3. To be honest, I kind of dislike that this is a mishmash of different type of styles. I don't hate it, and I kind of understand the mission of this outfit, and that's why I can appreciate it, but it's not my favorite look of the night. Next up is Billie Eilish. She looks fabulous in this Barbie Marilyn Monroe inspired dress. In an interview with Kiki Palmer, she said that she wanted to always dress in something so formal and so poofy, but she never had the courage to. But she realized that now it's high time to dress in this kind of way to show that she has the body confidence. This is inspired by Mattel's holiday Barbie. You can definitely see that she can pull this look off very well. It's by Oscar de la Renta. Of course, by channeling this Marilyn Monroe-esque look, she definitely pays an homage to her as well as her whole life, because she wasn't only an actress and a singer, she also had some political affairs with, have a lot of controversy around that some things that she might have become a part of caused her death. It's all controversial, but I think it's an interesting way to honor a celebrity like Marilyn Monroe, as well as, Mattel being a American brand and Barbie being, the American doll. I think it's a nice way to represent America and how Barbie in itself had such an impact on fashion. On a scale of 1 to 5 horses, I give her a 4, just because the dress looks amazing, but it's still kind of plain, and I think Oscar de la Renta should have tried to at least make it a little bit more outstanding, lavish, because the Met Gala is all about that, but still it's beautiful, and I definitely think that it was an arduous job on their part as well. Next up is Naomi Osaka. She is a tennis player, I think. She's an athlete. Now, let's start with the fact that I hate the hair. I know we're talking about dresses, but come on, I'm sorry. I definitely think it's a way for her to honor her heritage, because we're gonna talk about that. But I don't know, it just looks like she has a pretzel on top of her head. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. I know this is kind of an unpopular opinion, and I really don't want to hate on her culture, because that's not my thing, but I just feel like it's kind of weird. I'm sorry. Okay, anyways, so she wore this colorful gown from Louis Vuitton with a ruffled cape and train that draws attention to her Japanese and Haitian roots. The dress, the colorful part in itself, I adore. I think it was able to capture her roots as well as make it very outstanding and beautiful. However, I have a problem with the cape. I think those 2 straps that come up here, they make the dress look cheap. It's like, if you were to put a painting on your body and the strings just came down here, I think without those 2 straps, it would have looked way more better. Just imagine it without the straps, it would have looked way better. It froze up the look. So I'll give her a 3 from 1 to 5. That's just my opinion. Next up, and the last co-chair, is Amanda Gorman. So poet Amanda Gorman's dress heavily references the Statue of Liberty. She wanted to indicate the diversity that can be found in the US. The gown is designed by Vera Wang, and it reportedly includes 3,000 hand-sewn crystals. 3,000. Let's talk about her hair a little bit. So Gorman's hair for the Met Gala was set with silver leaf-shaped hat pieces, laurels, like the laurel wreaths that were worn by victorious Greek athletes in ancient times. It is from that hat that we get the phrase Poet Laureate. And Gorman became America's first ever National Youth Poet Laureate in 2017. Gorman's custom clutch by Eddie Parker is shaped like a book. On it, glittery gold letters spell out the phrase, "Give me you're tired," which is a reference to the poem inscribed on the base of the Statue of Liberty, The New Colossus by Emma Lazarus. I love this ensemble so much. I don't have anything bad to say about it. I love this vibrant blue. And this is a 5 for me. to be honest. I saw the interview with her. I think she is a very intelligent girl, very intelligent woman, and I am going to start reading her poems now. Now let's move on to the other guests and the meaning behind their dresses. Again, I won't be able to talk about all of them, but like, it's for the better, because a lot of them put in no effort, like Channing Tatum. What's that look? Where is the creativity? I'm sorry. So I'll just talk about the ones who, in my opinion, nailed the theme, or at least were trying. So let's start with Lily Reinhardt. The actress from Riverdale wore this pink gown by Christian Serrano. The simplicity of the dress is understandable due to the fact that it showcases all 50 state flowers. So in order to make these flowers stand out, the gown had to be simpler. I kind of like it. I like this corset sewing detail. However, I still feel like they could have gone for a little bit more in terms of the design of the dress. But I get that they wanted to mostly showcase the flowers. So I'll give it a 3 on a scale of 1 to 5. Ben Platt. Now Ben Platt played a role in Pitch Perfect. He changed so much from then, and of course he came out. He wanted to represent the LGBTQ plus community. He rocked this outfit. I love it so much. It's a reference, in my opinion, back to the 70s disco craze. Those huge platform shoes are amazing. He's wearing Christian Cohen. Now, the blue and this whole ensemble reminds me of the denim craze of the 2000s as well. So I do think that he wanted to reference different type of eras throughout the American history in the 21st century. So he's definitely given me groovy, modern 70s disco cowboy look, but I love it. So I'll give this a 4. Eva Chan, head of fashion at Instagram, wore a paneled rainbow dress with a parachute-like train. The gown was a custom piece by up-and-coming New York name Christopher John Rogers. This can be an homage to up-and-coming American designers, but I also think that it can be a reference to Instagram, as Instagram's first logo mainly focused on this rainbow color palette. So on a scale of 1 to 5, I give this a 3. I love the dress, but I do think that it doesn't necessarily capture the essence of America lexicon of fashion. But I still like it, and I don't think it's the worst. Okay, so we have Barbie Ferreira. Her pearl-encrusted off-the-shoulder gown was made by New York-based designer Jonathan Simkai. It is referencing the 20s Hollywood glamour with the typical hairstyle and stylish dress. Barbie's pencil-thin brows were not to the 1920s flapper era. This is a 5 on my scale. I love it so much. I think in a way it is a historical piece, yet it manages to stay modern and embellished and gorgeous at the same time. Model Kana Chasing Horse made sure to highlight her indigenous roots by wearing jewelry from former Miss Navajo Jocelyn Billie Upshaw's collection. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing this wrong. Honestly, I'm in love with this look. I love it so much. It is very comforting to see something like this on the red carpet, which seemed to endorse more and more diversity. I think this was an amazing way to represent the way everything started, going back in history and honoring indigenous people that have suffered so much because of colonization. I give this dress 5 horses. I appreciate this very much. If I could, I give this 100. It's important to show off who you are and to be proud of your roots, not trying to hide it. Okay, let's talk about J-Lo. Yes, queen. So, in a salute on the evolution of fashion in America, Jennifer wore a custom Ralph Lauren gown that featured a plunging neckline. This outfit is supposed to be all American. To me, it channels a very prairie western fashion, which is apparent in American culture and fashion as well. So I'll give this a 4. It sticks to the theme, it's nice, but there's still something that throws this look off. It might be the fur coat. I don't know. I like it. I don't want to say that I hate it because that's why I give it a 4, but there's still something that just annoys me about this look, and I don't know why. Sweetie is the next one. So she's wearing a shimmering Christian Cohen gown with a asymmetrical neckline, cut out bodice, and a high slit. The skirt featured 2 shimmering iridescent panels. So one panel represents the Filipino flag and the other one represents the Black American flag. She said in an interview with Kiki Palmer that she feels like these two ethnicities make her an American girl, and she wanted to honor this heritage of hers. I love this dress. She definitely pulled it off. I think it's very show-offish, which, you know, Sweetie can definitely pull off. It's definitely her style, so I wouldn't say that she just changed everything because of the Met Gala. And I love this so much, so I'll give this a 4 out of 5. Moving on to Ciara. The slime green sequin dress is inspired by her husband, Seahawks quarterback Russell Wilson. Ciara sported his jersey number 3 and his Super Bowl ring when Seattle beat Denver 43-8 in February 2014. She played the theme very well. It was something unique, shifting the focus onto American sports instead of, you know, to other numerous themes that were multiple times present in this Met Gala, like Marilyn Monroe, the vest, you know, denim, red, black, little red dresses, you know. The color is very vibrant, which I love. The dress is embezzled, so this is a 5 for me, just because it's out of the box, you know. Referencing American sports was something that only few did. Okay, Pharah Williams and her wife in Chanel. This leather suit is, again, cowboy inspired. It is a take on it, yet it is still according to theme. So I have to give them a 5. I think it's different from a lot of cowboy inspired outfit, and it looks amazing. Both of them look very chic. Okay, moving on to Gemma Chan. She is wearing Preble Barong gown. So she pays homage to Chinese American actor Anna May Wong. She was a trailblazer and one of the first Asian American stars in Hollywood's golden era. A$AP Rocky and Rihanna. So a lot of people were waiting for Janna to show up, like a lot of people. So she always sets the tone for the Met Gala. This year she was wearing Balenciaga. Even though it's a European house, her casual look was a couture critique on the black hoodie, a wardrobe staple that Black communities have historically been criminalized for. Meanwhile, A$AP wore a quilt by LA label ERL, ERL, representing the patchwork that makes up America. So Kiki Palmer, so she stole the show with her hosting skills during the Met Gala, and she also stunned in the dress by Black American designer Sergio Hudson. The look was an homage to Motown icon Diana Ross. So CL came in a unique fusion dress that combines the American denim texture with features of a Korean hanbok. I heard a lot of comments on the fact that she managed to capture the American essence, combining it with something that is from her own culture way better than celebrities that have been brought up in America and who believe that they are American and that they know the culture. It was nice to see it, you know. CL is one of my favorite K-pop artists, so I'm happy to see her thriving, you know. Next up is Lorde. So New York brand Bode also designed Lorde's 2-piece gown and headdress. So the custom piece is an ode to the American arts and crafts movement. So the arts and crafts movement initially was originated in Britain. However, it moved to America as well. And so in the US, the movement was multi-centered, with societies forming nationwide. Boston, historically linked the English culture, was the first city to feature a Society of Arts and Crafts founded in June 1897. Let's move on to NIKKI tutorials. So her whimsical gown was by an Amsterdam designer. It paid homage to American history. Her dress featured a ribbon embellishment with the phrase, "Pay it no mind." The quote was made famous by trans activist Marsha P. Johnson, who led the Stonewall riots in 1969, pivotal moment in the LGBTQ plus rights movement. Petras, you arrived to the horse outfit. So she made, of course, an unforgettable debut at the Met Gala for wearing a horse headdress designed by sustainable New York brand Colina Strada. Now looking at it, it's outrageous fun in a way, but I also think it's an homage to the horse girls. In the US, she said, yeah, I mean, I've heard that Petras is known for this outrageous fashion of hers, so she definitely felt amazing in the dress. You could see it on the red carpet that she was just in it to win it, you know? Samantha Stenberg showed up at the Met wearing an innovative ode to Black culture. Wearing an American classic Tom Brown, she styled her braids in a do-rag and looked flawless. I love this outfit. It's a little bit too much for me, but I understand it in a way. I don't know what to say. I don't want to comment on these a lot, but I like it. So we have Debbie Harry and Zach Posen. So she reminds me of a lot of things. First of all, the denim is, of course, a classic. They wanted to pay an homage to the flag. Her dress kind of reminds me of a phenomenon, the second place pageant. One of the pageants earning second place, and she was so mad that she just ripped her dress to shreds. So that's also what she reminds me of. But again, you know, pageantry and like flags are representative of American culture, so I don't necessarily know what is fashion about it, but or like a lexicon of fashion. Now let's highlight some of my favorite looks and controversial looks. We have Normani in Valentino. So she said she wanted to kind of dress up as a little princess, and she kind of looks like Belle in this dress, but I think she pulls it off way better. We have Rosé of Blackpink in this little black dress. Again, it's kind of like the little black dress theme, I guess. So we have Paloma Essler in Zach Posen. This look is beautiful. Again, it's referencing the theme, kind of, but not really. But still, it's amazing, and I like it so much. So we have Rosalia in Rick Owens. This dress, I think, represents the theme. I like this very interesting burgundy reddish color. It's kind of like a pale red color. I like the fringes, references to American culture or American fashion. Next up is Kendall Jenner in this sparkly Givenchy dress, and the inspiration was Audrey Hepburn in My Fair Lady. This is definitely a modern take on it. Of course, you need like a model body to be able to wear this, because it was all sheer, it was sparkly, amazing, but it was a lot of skin and a lot of nude underwear, but honestly I don't mind it. I think she looked amazing and she could definitely pull it off. So now let's get on to the controversial looks. First up is Kim Kardashian and Balenciaga. A lot of people were pissed off due to the fact that she can cover her entire face and come to the Met Gala, when in a lot of countries in Europe, wearing face coverings is actually banned. Maybe there's another reason why she was doing this, but it was kind of not the best move on her part. Another one of my favorite looks is Iman in Dolce & Gabbana. and Harris Reed. One thing I don't like is that it's by Dolce & Gabbana, because there is a lot of bad things that they do. So I kind of am saying that it's also controversial a bit. We got Carolyn B. Manui, this Equal Rights for Women gown. I love this so much. I feel like it's kind of controversial for a lot of sexists and misogynists, but I think this is amazing and I support her very much. I just love this dress. You know, it's different because it has a mission and it's focused on women's rights. And the last one that I wanted to show you is Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez in Brother Vase and Aurora James. I'm hoping I'm pronouncing it right. I don't know. So it's the tax-rich dress, which again, I just love so much. It's political, but she is a politician and she's right, in my opinion. You know, it's all, yeah. Again, it's kind of like, you know, the theme was America Lacks in the Fashion. I think they use this as a way to make people talk again about these kind of things. I'm not from the US, so I don't necessarily know a lot of things about American fashion and culture, but I do think there's so much more to represent, even things that aren't obvious and kind of are hidden and are like little gems that if you put some time into, you can definitely make a moment or be the moment. I think we had similar outfits, the fact that a lot of people thought of one obvious thing, as I said before. Yeah, there were a lot of amazing looks that I loved, that I think represented the theme. I don't think there was an outfit that was incredibly on point, but that's just the way it is. This was the first Met Gala that I really followed through and was very invested in. So I don't know how the other ones before had really happened or what the fashion was really like. But this year's alone, I think, showed some carelessness on some people's parts, some really thought out moments, some controversial moments again. It was a way to actually send a message to people in the community. Well, I kind of want to end this video because it's going to be very long. Thank you so much for being here if you've made it to the end. If you made it to the end, be sure to subscribe, support my channel, like this video, comment down in the comments below. Which was your favorite look, or which ones did you hate? Did you agree with me or not? Tell me just anything basically so I know that you watch this and you are actually interested in things like that. If you want a little bit more commentary on fashion, like other events and things like that, then tell me, or kind of like this video maybe so I know that you want these kind of things. So thank you for being here. It was me, Esther, and I hope you are gonna have an amazing day, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye bye.